Welcome to the video on cognitive soccer, using rules and conditions and variations to develop the soccer player's IQ. There's a couple different rules and conditions in games we're showing you today on this video. This one is 9v9 plus 1, and you have to play to a channel before you could score. This here is 9v9 plus 1, and you have to have players in the channels. You have to play to a channel player, and at that point you can attack the goal. So in this first exercise, the players must, here you go, gray must play to this, inside this channel. You can see the blue cones marking off the channel before they can finish on goal. So they played into a channel, and then they can finish on goal. If you want to make this a more possession oriented type of game, make the team have to go into both channels before you can go into goal, before you can score on goal. By making them go to both channels, they really have to open up the field and concentrate on possessing the ball before they can attack. By going to one channel, it's a little bit easier for them to go to one channel quickly and then attack straight on goal. You can see this blue team work the ball into one channel, and they look for an immediate shot right there on goal. Now, by changing rules and conditions in these games, you could change the touch limits, you can change all types of things. So this is just one idea of adding the channels. It gives them, it's different than just a 9v9 game here, half field. It gives them a problem to solve. So one channel or two channels, it makes the game more challenging and difficult for them. And by doing that, it stimulates a chemical in the brain called dopamine, and the dopamine is what creates a sweet spot for learning. It keeps the players very focused in what they're doing. Here is another variation with the two wingers. So like the gray team has two wingers here. You can see this player right here in gray. When gray wins the ball, they must get it out wide. See, they got it out wide there to the winger on the far side. The winger on the opposite side could come in and help score, as you saw him run in right there. And this is just yet another variation, and this is a variation that follows our game model. We always try to get the ball out wide, and then we look into the box. So as you see again, the ball's out wide, the far side winger crashes the box, and it's a very good try right there. Now when yellow gets the ball, eventually here, so this is gray still with the ball. Gray immediately looks out wide to the channel. He can cross, he could dribble into the box, or he could play the feet right there. He elected to cross. Gray still maintained possession. Whoever wins possession here, they have to go back to a winger. So we'll watch this play develop. And again, there's tons of variations, rules, and conditions that you can change in these games. You could put a line going halfway in the field and make it mandatory on attack that everybody goes into the attacking half of the field. You could set touch restrictions in this. You could put a minimum number of passes before you have to shoot, or a maximum number of passes actually before you have to shoot to encourage shooting on goal. The rules and conditions, again, constantly varying them, puts players in different situations, and it makes them think differently, and it actually develops the player's skill sets in a more well-rounded way, which is part of the theory behind cognitive soccer development. So this practice right here, you have two teams of 9 playing. On the opposite side of the field, we have this small-sided game going on. This small-sided game involves these vertical gates that you see in front of the goals, and you'll see the video in a second here. These vertical gates, the ball must be played through a gate in order for the team to score through the gate, and we finish, as you see right there. What the gates do is they make players have multiple players running and covering the far post pretty much. So it's not just one player attacking the goal, it's pairs of players attacking the goal, and we look for the ball through the vertical gate, back post, and we look to finish. There you go, there's another good ball through the gate, and we finish. Again, this makes players think, it makes players adjust their strategy. Eventually we will go into this as a completely one-touch game, two-touch on the steal. There's tons of variations and things that you can do to, again, increase the dopamine levels in the brain during training. It's very, very important to add conditions and variables to keep your players solving new problems, to keep them engaged, to keep them focused, and again, it will develop a wider range of skills.